get your kicks on Route 66.
About 20 or 25 years ago, a friend of mine, Eric Norris, used to host an annual century bike ride in the Mojave Desert. He ran it at night on the weekend of a full moon. It starts in Victorville, takes Route 66 up to Barstow, Old Woman Springs Road down to Lucerne Valley, and Route 38 back to Victorville. I thought it would be interesting to create a YouTube video, but during the day, so you can see the desert. Victorville is a lot more grungy than I remember, probably because I've never ridden here during the daytime before. The shoulder has these wonderful deep cracks every 10 yards. I hear Victorville bought a special machine to create them. It was very expensive, but they think it was worth every penny. There's an old computer game called Fallout New Vegas. It's set in a post-apocalyptical Mojave desert. Here's a screenshot. As you can see, the roads haven't changed much. Fortunately, after a couple of miles, the shoulder gets quite good, if a little narrow, and the traffic gets much lighter. The first town we enter is Oro Grande. It doesn't seem to have changed at all in the last 20 years. Somebody once told me this was the meth cooking capital of the high desert, and a house would catch fire every couple of years because somebody was cooking.
Hello, and welcome to this online tutorial on how to cook meth. You'll need simple dilute hydrochloric acid, that's for sure, also sodium hydroxide known as lye in any store. Ethyl ether is up next, it's really not that hard to make. Try extracting it from lighter fluid.
It's a piece of cake.
Most importantly, of course, you'll need ephedrine to proceed.
Using pseudo works as well.
But you'll need more to do the
Okay, that's enough about Oro Grande. But take a look at this, it's purple cactus. I've never seen purple cactus. I wonder if it's like hibernating for the winter or something. Here we are entering Helendale. It's changed a lot. 7,000 people live here. You'd think one of them would own a paintbrush. That sign could use a touch-up. That cafe's new. It looks nice. I'd stop there if I was hungry. This service station is new too. I don't know how much water is going to be available on this route, so I think I'm going to stop in here, grab an extra liter of water and carry it with me. The sun's been out for a while now, and the temperature's in the high 30s. I took off my midweight jacket and put my lightweight jacket on instead. I also took off my glove liners. I tweaked the course a little bit because I didn't want to ride through the center of Barstow. I'm going to ride around the outskirts, so this is my turn. But first, I need to stop at this Arco, pick up some food. I'm planning to eat at the /X Ranch, but I'm not sure they're going to be open. They have a small eating area at the Arco. I've got a sandwich in my rack bag, and I'm going to eat a sandwich and drink a Monster. It's still really cold, and I'd like some hot food. I'm hoping the /X Ranch will have some. Well, that's food taken care of for a while. Time to get going again. You'll notice the clouds have come in. I wasn't expecting any weather today. I'm currently at mile 33, which means I'm just about to start the big climb of the ride. The /X branch is about halfway up the climb. When I first did this ride, some of the other club members who'd done it before had a little fun with me. They told me that the climb out of Helendale was called Cardiac, because someone had died one year riding up it. It turns out it's a half a mile of 4%. Even for a fat guy on a Brompton, it barely registered. I don't know why they bothered messing with my head. This climb is for real. You climb almost 2,000 feet in 20 miles, to an elevation of 4,100 feet. It's really weird in the dark. It doesn't feel like you're moving at all. And most people turned their lights off and rode by the light of the full moon. I'm halfway up the climb, and here's the /X Ranch. It looks busy. It is busy. There's an off-road award ceremony going on, and I reckon it's going to take me an hour to get through here. so I elect to keep moving. I'm really disappointed. Here I am finally at the top. It's a heck of a climb, but I really enjoyed it. I stopped and I looked back, took a photograph of what I saw. This is what 2,000 feet of elevation gain looks like. Now if you think descending at 30 miles an hour on a Brompton on a sandy shoulder is fun, you're wrong. It's psycho fun. Anyhow, it was like that for about 20 minutes, then it leveled off. And I picked up the first noticeable headwind of the ride. When I first saw Lucerne Valley in the distance, it looked like it was about 2 miles away, but it turned out it was 7. The desert does weird things with distances.
If we got food, I'm doing great. Oh!
Bobby, that is outrageously good.
But I got to say, I'm not surprised.
And play at the same time.
Check 1, 2.
Good? All right.
Hey, how are ya?
I'm great. Where's the
Awesome.
food?
You want barbecue? You got cash on you? You want barbecue or
Now the 10 miles between Lucerne Valley and Apple Valley have a very narrow shoulder and heavy traffic. There is a shoulder, but it takes a steady hand to stay on it. I found a historical marker.
The last Indian fight in Southern California. That seems unlikely. I bet they get into fights at bars all the time like everybody else. All right. In January 1867, the Indians left their camp east of Chimney Rock to go to the San Bernardino Mountains, where they looted and burned several cabins and a sawmill in retaliation. A posse surprised the Indians at their camp and killed and wounded many, thus ending hostilities. All right, so that's what happens.
Once I got to Apple Valley, I got a little worried because I was riding into the setting sun. And that's dangerous because it blinds the drivers coming up behind you. But all of a sudden I get this beautiful, wide, smooth shoulder. The timing couldn't have been better. It lasted the entire 12 miles to Victorville, where the familiar Victorville ridges came back into play. It's interesting that there's a bike path running through Victorville Amtrak station.